Eze1 TV, it's time to get connected. Eze1 TV, let's get interactive on our social media platforms. Connect with us on Facebook and YouTube via Eze1 TV. Write something cool for us to read on WhatsApp. The number 057-239-9871. Tweet us at Eze1 TV and follow us on Instagram at Eze1_TV. Eze1 TV, it's time to get connected.
All right, so welcome to another special edition of Sports Connect live here on Eze1 TV. I'm your host, Christian Chibueze, aka Eze1 is my name. Proud to be here once again with this edition. And on the show today, we have some special guests, one of its kind. Today we're talking Taekwondo. And of course, you're going to enjoy this. But before we actually move on, let me use this opportunity to acknowledge our sponsors. We have Victor Electronics, where you could get your home appliances. You're talking about the latest fridge in town. You're talking about your laptops, your mobile phones, any electronic devices or any home appliances. Get them with Victor Electronics at a very affordable price. You could locate them along the length and breadth of the Volta region from Ho to Keta to Hohwe to Sogakope and what have you. You would get Victor Electronics. If you want to contact them, just call them on 0552 412 143. You could also contact them on 0242 959 795. We also have Fruity Cup on board. Talking about Fruity Cup, yeah, you need to sip it good. Get your smoothies, your fruit salad at a very cool price and so sweet. Just like the name goes, Fruity Cup, sip it good. To contact them, you could actually locate them in the Volta Regional Capital along the Redeemed Trafalgar Road and call them on 0201 791 071 or 0242 865 054 for your event. We go for a short breather. When I'm back, like I said, we're talking Taekwondo. We have two special ladies joining me on the show tonight. We get to know them and we get to know what they do. Stay tuned. We'll be right back after the short break. Alright, so welcome back. Still live here on Eze1 TV. This is Sports Connect coming your way with your regular host, Christian Chibueze. Call me Eze1 for short. And like I said, we're talking Taekwondo on the show this evening. You just watch the videos of two beautiful ladies. Now, this is what they do. Aside the education, they've taken up Taekwondo as their career. We're going to learn more from them. We're going to get to know how they started this profession, how they got to this level as far as Taekwondo is concerned. When you talk about the very best fighters when it comes to Taekwondo in Africa, not just Ghana, I have the two best on my show this evening. It's a pleasure. Let me quickly introduce them. I have Omolara, Eunice joining me. Eunice, how are you doing? Good to have you on Sports Connect. All right, so that is Eunice Omolara. We'll come back and let's explain the Omolara concept for us, whether she's a Nigerian Ghanaian or whether she's 50-50 or which one of them. But we also have Henrietta joining us on the show this evening and talking about Henrietta. She's also one of the best fighters when it comes to Taekwondo here in Ghana and in Africa. Henrietta Ayeley Armah has joined us on the show. Henrietta, can you hear me? Good evening.
Yeah, yeah, I can hear you.
How are you doing?
I'm fine.
Okay, I'm also doing great. I love what you ladies are wearing. But first and foremost, before we actually talk about both of you, let's talk about COVID-19. How are you ladies coping with COVID-19 pandemic? First, let me take it from Eunice.
Okay, so with the COVID-19 pandemic, it's not easy because part of our day-to-day life activity has been surrounded around Taekwondo. So it has been like a partial discussion of our day-to-day activities. It's like saying that a farmer who is going to farming day and all of that the local bank gets rather than the farmer. It's just to get adding training those staffs to our day-to-day activities and such a lot of things. We can't really get back to our normal training and our competition.
Well, let me come to Henrietta quickly. Henrietta, with you, how are you coping with this pandemic and your normal schedules?
Oh, it's COVID-19. It's really hard, it's hard. Like all of a sudden, we never prepared for this. It's something on the sudden, so we just have to cope with it by doing because something was just something. From reality, being everything, being active and all that. But now, we are not active, like we are saying active. You cannot change yourself like the house. But when I was a teenager or the children it's very fun and it affects the next time that everything is boring. It's very difficult.
Well, we actually hope things will get better and you girls will actually get back to do what you love most. But let's get straight into your career. Let's move straight and talk more about Taekwondo. First of all, let me begin with Eunice Omolara. Are you a Nigerian or a Ghanaian?
Okay, so with that, it's a question that I am made to answer most of the time. Okay, so I am a Ghanaian born, so I am a Ghanaian, but my dad is a Nigerian. So that is where the Omolara and the Adedapo comes from. But I am a Ghanaian.
You're a Ghanaian by birth, and I believe you've actually done your voters' ID card, if I'm correct. That is just by the way. How did it start with you? When did you actually get to know you have that passion for Taekwondo? Because currently, you talk about the fighters we have in Africa, you're one of the best. Who come to the medals you've won as far as your career is concerned. But when did you start having this passion for Taekwondo?
Okay, so I attended Flowergate School, which happened to be a school that was not too far from where I used to reside in Nigeria. So in that school, Taekwondo was being practiced. But I used to be a very timid girl. I was very intelligent and smart, but when it came to hardcore things, I was not really used to that because of my upbringing. So the proprietor of the school, Mr. Nelson Oluibu, actually called me and then introduced me to it and told me that he's seen a lot of potential in me and he hopes that one day I'll be an Olympian for him. So since then he started grooming me. I started staying with him. He took responsibility to be my legal guardian, and he has helped me since the age of 8 till now. He's still been of help. He's been my coach. Has helped me throughout. So all I can say is I thank him for showing me that path, because I don't regret going that path.
So at the age of 8, you had a passion for Taekwondo.
Yes.
Was this something, I know by the age of 8, you don't really know what you will become, but was this something you enjoy doing starting from the age of 8 to now?
Okay, so when he introduced Taekwondo to me, he made me watch a lot of videos, and because of that, during that period he made a trip to Korea, and he told me that it is because of Taekwondo and other sports that he is involved with. That's why he could travel and tour around the world, and then I should look at fellow Olympians and the way they train and the way the glory comes to them. So that was actually what motivated me and what pushed me into doing that. And I told myself that one day I would also be there on those podiums and then make my nation proud.
We'll come to the medals you've won so far as your career is concerned. But quickly, for your friends and for those watching you, so you started at the age of 8 and you're 23 right now. Wow, beautiful career you've had so far. But let me come to Henrietta. How did it start for you, Henrietta?
Okay, I started Taekwondo when I was in SHS3, about to graduate. Then I was in cadet by then. Then one of our cadet masters, he told us that they are coming to add Taekwondo to cadet, which is compulsory for all cadet members. And I asked him that, coach, please, what is Taekwondo? Then he said it is relaxed, but the instructors will come to talk to us about it. So the following day, they called for a meeting, then we all gathered, they came to do some exhibiting and all that. I was like, wow, then this, I think I can do it. So that was how it came about, and we started training. By then, there's a son on the field around Adedapo, and he was in school. Then we started training. He said he's training us so that to compete, because in Ghana there are no girls there, because we are girls too. Actually, I went to Methodist girls. So because they are girls too, and they can get people from us. Actually, they can get girls from us. So he wants us to just join the competition, and if you think you can continue, you continue. If you don't want to, stop. So we started training, then went for the competition. Then, luckily for me, I got a bronze medal. So that was what inspired me. I was like, wow, then this thing, I think I can do it. I can't stop now. Then I continued from there.
So you at senior high school, you started at SS3. That was our age. That was our age, what? Okay. And you now? Okay. So you've been fighting for the past six years, if I'm correct. Let me still stick with you, Henrietta. With the passion of fighting at this age, how do you combine fighting and your education? Tell us more about your education.
Oh, okay. Right now, I'm in University of Professional Studies. I'm a tertiary student. I'm offering accounting as a course. Then combining training or fighting with education is not easy, because you have to find time to go for class. After class, you have nothing to do. You come and go for training, come back, learn, then you sleep, then the following day you continue. It's very difficult. And sometimes when you have transitions, you have to train twice or thrice a day before doing something else. So actually training in the morning, going for class, then you come back, you go for training, then you rest a little, then maybe do something on your own. It's very difficult. Sometimes when the team is supposed to meet twice or thrice, because of school, I can't really join. I only go for maybe once one day because of school, and sometimes it really affects me, but we have to see that we need the team and all that. And team training is very effective than you training on your own, but we manage to training all that. Yeah.
With you, Eunice, let me come to you. How do you merge your education and training? Yeah, how do you merge your education and training as far as your taekwondo career is concerned?
Okay, so I was a student at Accra Technical University. I studied science laboratory technology. I graduated 2018. So it wasn't an easy task for me when I was in school because when you go to Accra Technical University and you mention science lab tech, everyone sees it as that killer course. And there were times that I would skip lectures, and then some of my lecturers even got to know me that this girl, she doesn't like coming for classes. And even one of them threatened that if I don't come to his class, he's going to fail me. I'm going to trail his course. But I knew what I was about. So even though I go for trainings in the mornings and then I miss lectures, I make sure that when I come back, I read a lot and then I do my assignment and I do every other thing. And then I partially got the support from my school because my school is also a sports school. So when it came to asking for permission, I got letters from the federation that enabled me to train. Although it wasn't easy because at some point in time I actually got tired. Combining waking up early as 6 o'clock, training starts at the stadium. You have to go, come back around 10, attend lectures, go and rest a little. Then in the evening around 3, 4, have to start training again. Especially when you are close to tournaments, it's actually very difficult. But the passion is what pushes me. The passion for the sport and the aim of getting to wherever I want to get to, the aim of lifting the flag of the country up, that actually pushed me. And then I was able to graduate successfully without having problems with the school.
Well, you just spoke about the passion. You've traveled a lot, and this passion has actually got you some medals. Tell us your experience so far. Tell us about your experience so far as your career in Taekwondo is concerned. Can you share with us? Okay, so we actually having some technical issue there with Eunice. But Henrietta, can you hear me?
Yeah, hello.
Okay, let's hear your experience so far. We just heard from Eunice. Tell us about your experience so far, the battles you fought. We all know Taekwondo is a very difficult and disciplined sport. Tell us more about Taekwondo on the show this evening.
Okay, well, my experience, it has not been easy. It's been very difficult because initially when I started, my parents were like, hey, you a lady, see what you're going to do. These things are meant for boys, they are for men. So please, they don't go and break your hand or your leg or something, then all costs will be on me. And I told them that this is what I like because I actually have a passion for taekwondo. Then they asked me that for how long have you been doing this sport that you're taking it upon yourself like that? And I told them that, oh, just for this few months, but I think I really like the sport and if I take it upon my heart, I'll really go far and I'll really raise the flag of Ghana high because that's what the coach could. But then I didn't really understand what taekwondo is until I joined the national team. Now, before I joined the team, actually after school, because I was finding very challenges, I couldn't train. So the national team coach asked a friend of mine that, do you know this girl and all that. Then the person was like, yes. So the person made me ask the national team coach, and the person told him all like my faults and the challenges I'm having. So he called me and he spoke to me that he didn't stop the family, but the first day he set his eyes on me, he realized because of my height and weight, I can really do something. So I didn't fit. And I told him about all the challenges I'm facing. Then he spoke to my mom. Then my mom also showed me, like she was so touchy. She didn't understand the act actually. Then I begged her, but still she didn't accept it. So I was actually going for training, but I spoke to my grandma to be covering up for me. So she would tell her a story, then I'll go for training, then I'll come. Then that was how it all started. Then until one day we had an international fight, Ghana Open. Then I went to fight and I had a medal. Then it came on bracket and all that. Then it was like, so you are going to do something important like this, and he told me. I was like, if I told you, you wouldn't have allowed me to go. That's like being told you, then I went. And she started complaining that I'm going to do something which you know you'll stand down and I'll tell him, but this and that is very important. And I said, it's all about what I'm doing. Initially, I told him, he said no. So I can't tell you if I have a championship. So it was there she started supporting, but that one, she wasn't fully supportive. Like when you say 50 out of 100, but my grandma, she was talking to me, the coach and everybody. So because I got a passion for it, I was like, nah, I can really do something. So I can't stop now. I have to continue. And by then I was in the house because I was done with everything. So I had the opportunity to train more and more and more. I know that it's very difficult, but I'm still putting it because if you like something, if you have a passion for something, you find time and everything, you devote yourself to give your all in all. So that's how it happens.
So, how many medals have you won so far in your career? How many medals have you won so far?
So far, I have 16 medals.
16.
I have 4 international. Yes, 16.
Okay.
1, 2.
Okay. Tell us more. Tell us more about the 16 medals.
Please come again.
Yeah, tell us more about those 16 medals you've won so far.
I've won 16 medals. I have 4 for international championships and 12 for the local championships. And with the local, I have 7 gold medals, 3 silver, then 2 bronze. Then with the international fights, I have 2 gold, 1 silver, then 1 bronze.
We still have more to talk about, but let me get to Eunice. Can you hear me, Eunice?
Yes, I can hear you.
All right. So share with us your medals, your challenging fight, and the opponents you've met so far, both local and international.
Okay, so I would start with my most challenging fight. I can say my most challenging fight was this year, the Olympic qualification in Morocco. It was actually my most challenging fight, and I could say that it is one of my best fights so far because I got someone that is very, very more experienced than me. She had really trained for it. She has been at so many international tournaments. She was the #1 ranked person in my weight category. So meeting such a person in such a tournament actually gave me a lot of exposure and actually told me that if I trained harder, I could be up to her and even do better than her. And that was the most challenging part. For the medal aspect, truth be told, I have actually lost count of the medals, but so far so good. I've had about 10 international medals.
Please, wait, Eunice. You've lost count of the medals you've won so far.
Yes.
Wow, the medals are so many.
Because I started from a younger age. So most of those tournaments, and because I was always going to Nigeria in a month, sometimes we have about 2 or 3 tournaments in a month. So the whole of the year I could win as much as 10 medals, 15 medals, and majority of it gold. Sometimes I win silver, sometimes I win bronze. And then it got a time most of the medals they began to rust, and so I actually lost count. But for the international medals, I've gone for Coupe of Praga twice in Niger. I've gone to Ivory Coast for a tournament. I've gone to Nigeria for countless number of tournaments, which are also international tournaments. And in those tournaments, I bagged medals in all those tournaments. So with that, I have about 15 international medals so far, so good. But with the local ones, even in Ghana, there are a lot of tournaments that we do that are not even counted. Aside the federations tournament, sometimes the university, we have university games, we have polytechnic games, and in it too we have taekwondo. So with that too, there are medals ceremonies that are awarded to us when we win medals. So those two are also counted as some of the local medals that I had.
I understand you want particular athlete who is so difficult to beat. Is that true? Tell us more about that. I understand it. People find it very difficult. Other ladies in your category find it difficult to fight against you. Is that true?
Okay, to some extent it is true. But I would like to say that I am a person who loves challenges. I am someone who wishes that someone would push me to do my extreme, because if I don't get challenges, the best of me doesn't come out. So I can't really develop my potential fully. So even though that it seems as if I am very difficult as an opponent to be tackled with, I believe that with proper exposure and with proper training and that sort of selflessness in them, they would be able to get to my standard and even go ahead of me.
Let's talk about the game, the sport, Taekwondo here in Ghana. Do you think enough attention has been given to this sport in the country?
Okay, with that, I believe that we don't get as much attention as other sports. Because when it comes to football, when it comes to athletics, when it even comes to boxing, sometimes we train at the same indoor sports hall at the stadium with the boxers, and the focus, the attention that is on them, sometimes we feel like we are a lesser sport because sometimes they get a lot of interviews, they get a lot of dignitaries visiting them, they get a lot of people hyping them on social media, on the TV, and everyone is talking about them. And that is because someone like Azuma Nelson and those other people, Joseph Adedapo, they paved the way for them.
So what do you actually think? What do you think needs to be done so that you get the attention, the needed attention? What do you think?
Okay, so with this, for instance, I think that much publicity should be done, and I think sponsors, because the more people we have sponsoring us, the more the branding will be and the more the sports will be talked about. So there should be conferences, there should be other tournaments, there should be tournaments that would be cast live on TV, as that would help people know more about the sport. And then there should be athletes profile, and once in a while one-on-one interview with the athletes to know their achievements and their results so far as often as possible.
Well, Henrietta, what do you think? What do you think needs to be done so that you get the attention? Do you think the sport is being given much attention, just like Eunice was saying? Do you agree with Eunice?
Yeah, it's say they don't give us much attention because we're training with other sports disciplines and how we see their training, how we see people visiting them, and maybe after training, some we get stadium, some we feed them and all that. We sometimes feel we are not, like, it's not sport that we are doing. It's like we are a lesser sport, like we are out. We are not part of the people they are moving with. So it's not good because sometimes me, for instance, it discourages me after training, then I see all that and I don't get motivated, but because we have the passion and we love the sport and want it to go higher, we keep coming for training, then keep giving our best so that maybe one day everything will be fine for us.
All right. Quickly, let me take it from you, Henrietta. Who is your idol when it comes to Taekwondo? Who is your idol? Who is your mentor?
My mentor, when it comes to the female side, I look up to that because she's an African and a very strong lady. Like I really like how she fights, and I want to be strong like her or even more better than her because she's very strong and active and she's really making Africans proud. And I want to also be like her one day or better than her.
Wow, Eunice, what about you?
Okay, so my mentors when it comes to the female side, I look at Miss Barbie, but aside her, I also look at Lauren Williams, Skylar Park. Skylar Park especially because she's in my weight category and her will and her zeal power, she's been able to defeat even people that are heavier than her. So Miss Barbie, Lauren Williams, and then Skylar Park are the people that I actually look up to.
All right, so you're still watching Sports Connect live here on Eze1 TV, and been speaking with Henrietta and Eunice. They are actually opening up on their career as Taekwondo is concerned. And you know, I'm enjoying the conversation so far. But tell us, how can one become, Eunice, back to you, how can one become a Taekwondo fighter?
Okay, so it's just as simple as it is. Once you are interested in it, there are a lot of coaches in Ghana, and coaching courses have been done so far, and we have a lot of very good coaches. So once you are just ready and you have the interest, irrespective of your age, irrespective of your background, you would be trained, and it's not too late to start Taekwondo because there are so many aspects to Taekwondo.
Eunice.
Aside the competition part.
Yeah. Let me come in. There are ladies watching you right now. Your fans are watching you. Some ladies out there, they want to be like you. What do you think you could tell them to convince them to actually join the sport?
Okay, so to my fellow ladies out there, all I would say is at least, if not for anything, you should practice Taekwondo for self-defense because Taekwondo has gone a long way to help so many ladies. It will teach you how to defend yourself against anything. There are instances you might find guys trying to bully you and a lot of things. I've been victims of that.
Have you beaten any guy before? Have you actually beaten any guy?
I've beaten about 3 guys before who tried molesting me.
Wow.
And that was when I was pretty younger than this because they didn't expect that I was a martial artist. I do Taekwondo. They felt, oh, she's just a fragile girl who doesn't talk and walks on her own. So it was actually a surprise attack. So I would encourage ladies to do this, especially now that everyone is saying you should say no to rape. You should say no to rape. It is a very good thing that this pandemic period, this lockdown period, you enroll yourself into Taekwondo and then you learn basic self-defense techniques so that in case you come across those challenges, you can be able to defend yourselves.
All right, so Eunice, quickly, what would you love to tell the ladies who are watching you? Because many of your fans would love to be like you. Many of them watching around the world from their various homes. They want to be like you. Want to be one of the best athletes when it comes to Taekwondo. What do you have to tell them, and how can you convince them to do what you're doing currently?
Okay, so to my fellow ladies out there, I would like to say that Taekwondo is not as difficult as you think it is. Once you have the interest and then you are willing to, it would be very, very easy. And there are a lot of benefits that Taekwondo has to offer you, especially ladies. We all know what is trending, the issues on rape and all that. It is a way of defending ourselves because an aspect of Taekwondo teaches self-defense. So I am a testimony to that because I have been molested several times by guys, and then I've been able to defend myself. And then you see, it's very surprising when they see a nice lady, like nicely dressed, and then they try to launch an attack on the person, and then you just defend yourself. It even gives you a lot of respect. It gives you self-confidence and every other thing. Like it actually makes you become even more powerful than you are. So I would encourage my fellow ladies out there that irrespective of your age, irrespective of however you may be, like it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to be slim or you have to be fat, or irrespective of your size or anything. Just try and do taekwondo. There are a lot of coaches out here in Ghana. You could take the number from Mr. Chibueze. He's going to give them to you. Just contact him. He will let you know, because you really need to defend yourself against all those bad guys out there. You really have to defend yourselves against them.
Wow,
Wow,
very
very
interesting.
interesting.
Very, very
Very, very
interesting. But
interesting. But
aside
aside
Taekwondo, do you have
Taekwondo, do you
any
have any
sports you do
sports you do
love
love
attached to
attached to
fighting?
fighting?
Okay, I don't want to term myself as a jack of all trade, and a master of none. But the way I was trained and the school I went to, all thanks to my guardian, I play basketball. I played basketball for my university. I played football. I used to run. I played badminton. I was in the volleyball team. I can say I do most of those things. The only thing I don't know how to do is to swim, which I would be learning soon. So when it comes to other sports, I can say that I'm able to do all other sports because there's an aspect of taekwondo that develops your mental abilities. So it makes you be able to perform even better than your peers when you are involved in other disciplines. So once you do taekwondo, be rest assured that even you will become smarter and you will become better, and you'll be able to do a lot of things that people will not be able to do. You'll be able to multitask. So that has actually helped me in other areas. Me doing taekwondo has helped me in other areas.
Henrietta, what about you? What do you have to tell your friends?
Oh, okay. To add to what she just said, all I can say is that PKD, Taekwondo, the first form of Taekwondo is PKD. If you say PKD anyway, people will know that talking about Taekwondo. Okay, so it's very simple and easy. It's not as difficult as you think that maybe PKD is for boys, like how my parents said to me and all that, and I proved them wrong. So joining CKG, it has a lot of benefits, like you being confident in yourself, being physically and mentally strong, and maybe attack and defend, like defending yourself from maybe an attack from elsewhere and all that. So CKG is very, let me say, it has a lot of benefits, not only this, but it's a lot. It's a lot.
Have you
Have you
tried
tried
have you
have
tried
you tried
defending
defending
yourself
yourself
against
against
guys?
guys?
Have you
Have you
tried
tried
defending
defending
yourself
yourself
against
against
guys?
guys?
Not yet, not yet.
Okay.
Okay.
Hello,
Hello,
Henrietta.
Henrietta.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
I'm a sport girl and I do basketball, handball,
Wow.
volleyball. Let me say almost all the sports except hockey because I never liked hockey. I had this perception about hockey, so I didn't even go to the field to really learn how it is or something. Yes, so it's only hockey I don't know how to do, but I do other sports.
Well, one more question for you. Where do you want to find yourself, Henrietta? Where do you want to find yourself in the next 5, 10 years?
Next 5 to 10 years, where do I want to?
Yeah.
Also, I want to be an Olympian, like an Olympic champion. I want to win a medal for Ghana, like Africa. Yes, I want to be an Olympian.
Wow. Interesting. Let me get back to Eunice. What about you? Where do you see yourself in the near future?
Okay, so in the next 5 years, there will be African Games, there will be Olympics, and then there will be World Championship. And in the next 5 years, I see myself winning medals, and not just medals in that platform, especially in 2023, where Ghana is going to host the
All African
African
Games.
Games. I want to represent Ghana and then make Ghana proud, because there is nothing more nice or more glorious than winning a gold medal in your homeland and getting home support. So in the next 5 years, I want to win an Olympic medal, I want to win a World Championship medal, and I want to win an African Game medal.
Wow.
You ladies are fantastic. So glad to have you on the show this evening. But your final words, you have someone to thank, you have someone to say hello to. Your final words of motivation to those watching you.
Okay, so all I would say is, to those watching out there, I would like to say that now you know at least a little about Taekwondo. So I want everyone to embrace Taekwondo as one of those sports, and see Taekwondo to be a sport that it doesn't really have to do with the fighting aspect. There are other aspects to Taekwondo. And to also note that with Taekwondo, you could be champions, you could go to places that you've never even dreamed of, you could meet with people that you've never even thought you would meet with. And above all, I would like to say to sponsors out there, to government officials out there too, that they should look at us with the lesser sports, because when you take other team sports, when they win medals for their countries, it's just one medal. But Taekwondo, for instance, 16 athletes. If they each win a gold medal, it is 16 medals for the country. So I believe that they should also throw more light, more funds, and more resources into Taekwondo, and be able to promote us, so that even as we would be partaking in the 2023 games, would make Ghana proud, and then the whole Africa would be proud of us too.
Henrietta, your final words on the show.
Okay, she has said it all, but all I want to add to it is that with sponsorship, really with sponsorship, so to the sponsors out there using on their behalf, and government to really help us to achieve more than what we want to achieve in future. And we think with this we can really make the nation proud, because we have the passion and we are ready to work towards that. And I want to thank everybody for watching us and knowing a little about Taekwondo.
So when are we having our fight? Viewers, I'm actually having a fight with both ladies, Omolara and Eunice, who announced the venue and the dates on Eze1 TV. So keep watching. Omolara actually promised to use a finger, and Eunice, Henrietta, and Eunice, they're going to fight against me. We're going to have a match, an exhibition match. So they're going to allow me to actually use both hands. They'll be using just one hand against me. I'm a green belt holder. They are black belts holders so far. But don't worry, it's just by the way. Great to have this young ladies who are doing so well when it comes to athletics, and we wish you all the best. We thank you so much for your time, and we hope to do this another time. We want to see you win more medals for Ghana. We want to see you win more medals on the international front. We want to see you go far, and to sponsors, we actually are appealing to actually give some attention to all lesser known sports. It was great having Henrietta, Ayeley, Armah, and Adedapo, Eunice, Omolara on Sports Connect tonight. My name is Christian Chibueze. You can call me Eze1, and show probably brought to you by Critical and Victor Electronics. Next week, we're back with another special guest, and of course, you get to enjoy more interviews live here on Eze1 TV. Thanks to the production team for making this so possible. Keep subscribing, keep liking, and keep following all our social media handles. For now, it's good night.
AZ1 TV, it's time to get connected. AZ1 TV, let's get interactive on our social media platforms. Connect with us on Facebook and YouTube via AZ1 TV. Write something cool for us to read on WhatsApp. The number 057-239-9871. Tweet us at AZ1 TV And follow us on Instagram at AZ1_TV. AZ1 TV. It's time to get connected. AZ1 TV. It's time to get connected.